Today we're going to be working on my Ford F250 Super Duty. The blower stopped working. It works on number 4 setting. There's 4 settings. This is for heating and air conditioning. We're going to go have a look at it and I'll show you what's going on. You can see we got the AC on and I'm on number 1 here. No sound, no blower. Number 2, no blower. Number 3, no blower. Number 4, there you go. And we got the nice cold AC. The AC works great in here. So does the heat. You know, we go over to defrost, turn the AC off, turn that up to hot. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2, 3, 4, same thing. Just in behind the glove box here. So you want to open that up, squeeze on the edges until it pops out. Bring that down. Obviously I emptied the glove box first. Really the only tools you'll need is a flashlight and a 5/16 socket. I've just got a small one here. The tilting head on it, it's good for tight spaces. Or you could use an 8mm socket. Okay, here's where the flashlight's handy. Shine that in there. The center of your screen, you can see the bolt head there, and then there's another one just behind. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those undone. So I'm gonna actually go from down underneath. You'll be able to see the socket coming up. Get that one there. It is a very tight spot to get in. I'm not sure if you can see the socket in there, but I'm having a hard time holding the camera, so I'm gonna put this down and get this out of here and show you. Here it is right here. See where the wires went in. I ended up taking off this panel that was right in the corner down here. I've got my flashlight facing up, so it comes up through so you can see in there. I had a heck of a time getting these guys undone. Because they are screwed in to plastic and they were really in there. This little socket saved me, but it is a very tedious job to get those out. I highly recommend disconnecting the wire from this before you try and get those bolts out. You can get the one from this side, but the other side is pretty well impossible to get out without taking the wire off. You can see on the bottom there, it's a squeeze wire. You squeeze the bottom and then rock it back and forth to get it off of here. But I'm pretty sure that this is original. So basically all these do is just change the current. So you've got a little less current going to number 1 for slower speed, and then number 2 is a little more, number 3 is a little more, and number 4 is the max current. That's why sometimes a few of the different levels burn out. But you can test these with an ohm meter and see if they're still good. If we tested this one, there would only be one good reading. Only one speed worked. The other 3 speeds wouldn't have continuity. So that's really all this is. If you're gonna go through the trouble of taking this out, you might as well just switch it. So here's the new one here. Yeah, they look pretty well the same. I think the new one's gonna go in a lot smoother than the old one came out. So let's get this in and test it. I'm gonna put this in, I'm gonna do up the 2 screws, and then I'm gonna clip the wire on after. So here it is going up. Lots of wires in the way. There we go. So we just slide that in, like so. You want to do those up as tight as you can with your fingers. Doesn't take long for them to get tight, and then you have to do it up the rest with the socket. Okay, the rest I'm going to need 2 hands for, so I'm going to take the camera out of here now. Okay, I've got the new one in place. Much easier to do up than take out. I'm just going to take the wire now. We're going to pop that on till it clicks. There we go. Okay. It's on there good now. You definitely have to have a smaller socket like this to get your hands up in there. I had to do that back one up by feel because I could not get my hands in there to do it up and look at it at the same time. The small one definitely comes in handy. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Okay, let's turn this to max AC. Oh, I can hear it running already on number 1. Number 2, number 3, and number 4.
And there we go. All right, guys, well, I hope the video helped you. Like I said, it's a little tedious to get that part out, but it's well worth being able to do it yourself. I mean, I just saved myself probably a 1-hour service call at the garage. So, and those parts range anywhere between $20 and $60, depending on the brand you get. So, a pretty cheap fix if you can do it yourself. So, anyways, if the video helped, hit that subscribe button for more DIY videos coming up. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.